Back to the Future did not just send Marty McFly 30 years into the future, it accidentally handed the world a checklist. When Marty landed in 2015, the movie threw everything at the screen: flying cars, fax machines in every room, self-lacing shoes, giant video calls, floating skateboards, fingerprint locks, weird fashion, and a soda that cost $50. Some of it missed badly. We're not still commuting through the sky in DeLoreans, and most people are not wearing two neckties unless they lost a bet. But a surprising amount of the movie's future actually showed up in real life, sometimes almost exactly, sometimes with a modern twist. Before we start, drop a comment below and tell us which Back to the Future invention you still want the most: the hoverboard, the flying car, or the self-drying jacket. Today we're looking at 10 predictions from Back to the Future that came true. Personal drones. One of the funniest quick gags in Back to the Future Part 2 shows a dog being walked by a flying drone. At the time, it looked like a throwaway joke about a future where people had become too lazy to even walk the dog. Now, drones are everywhere. They film weddings, inspect rooftops, assist news crews, help farmers, deliver packages in test programs, and annoy at least one person at every outdoor event. We may not be outsourcing dog walks to drones in normal neighborhoods yet, but the movie was right about small flying machines becoming part of ordinary life. Tablet computers. The movie also showed handheld tablet-like devices being used for quick transactions and information. In 1989, that was a wild idea for most viewers. Home computers were still bulky, and portable tech was not exactly sleek. Today, tablets are so normal that toddlers can operate them before they can tie their shoes. People use them to read, shop, sign documents, watch movies, take payments, and avoid making eye contact in waiting rooms. The film didn't predict every detail, but it understood that screens were about to leave the desk and follow us everywhere. Mobile payments. In the future scenes, people make payments without handing over cash in the old-fashioned way. That was a sharp prediction because money in the real world has become less physical with every passing year. Apple Pay, Google Pay, tap cards, Venmo, Square, and other services turned quick electronic payment into everyday behavior. The movie imagined a world where payment happened through a device instead of a wallet full of bills. It got that part right, even if our checkout lines still move painfully slowly whenever someone forgets their password. Biometric identification. Back to the Future Part 2 also leaned into biometric identification. Jennifer uses her thumbprint, and the future world treats fingerprint scanning like a normal part of daily security. That one landed surprisingly close to home. Fingerprints, face scans, and other biometric tools now unlock phones, approve payments, open doors, secure laptops, and protect bank apps. The movie even brushed against the darker side of this technology because once your body becomes the key, stealing access becomes a much creepier idea. Hands-free video games. In the Cafe 80s scene, Marty shows off an old arcade game only to be mocked by kids who can't believe he has to use his hands. It's a small joke, but it points towards motion-controlled gaming. The real world gave us the Nintendo Wii, Xbox Kinect, PlayStation Camera, virtual reality controllers, gesture controls, and voice commands. Most gamers still use their hands, of course, because buttons are stubborn little survivors. Still, the idea that games could respond to movement, voice, and body position absolutely came true. Self-lacing shoes. Marty's self-lacing Nike sneakers became one of the most famous gadgets in the entire trilogy. For years, they were the kind of movie prop that fans wished could exist, but assumed would remain fantasy. Then Nike actually made versions inspired by the film, including limited self-lacing models. They were not cheap, and they did not suddenly turn the whole world into futuristic sneaker collectors, but the basic idea became real. Marty McFly's shoes went from sci-fi joke to product launch, which is about as Back to the Future as it gets. Wearable technology. The movie's future kids wear video glasses at the dinner table, tuning out the family, while screens sit right in front of their eyes. In 1989, that looked ridiculous. Today, it looks like a family dinner where everyone forgot to pretend they're listening. Smart glasses, VR headsets, AR devices, and smart watches have all brought screens closer to the body. We take calls from watches, track our health from our wrists, and place digital information over the real world. The movie may have exaggerated the style, but it understood the direction perfectly. Video calling. Future Marty gets fired during a video call, which may be one of the most painfully accurate predictions in the movie. Back then, a giant screen call felt futuristic, expensive, and slightly ridiculous. Now, video calls are part of daily life. People use Zoom, FaceTime, Teams, and other platforms for work meetings, family chats, classes, interviews, and awkward conversations where someone is definitely still muted. The movie imagined video communication becoming normal in the home. It just underestimated how many people would take those calls in sweatpants. Alternative fuel cars. Doc Brown feeding trash into the DeLorean was one of the trilogy's most memorable future touches. We still don't have household garbage powering time travel, which is probably for the best, because every raccoon in America would become a flight risk. But the broader idea of alternative vehicle fuel did become real. Hydrogen fuel cell cars exist, electric vehicles are common, and researchers continue looking at ways to turn waste into usable energy. The movie's exact version was fantasy, but the instinct was right. The future of cars would not only be about gasoline. Hoverboard technology. The hoverboard is the big one. The movie promised a floating skateboard, and the world has spent decades trying to make that dream less embarrassing. True consumer hoverboards like Marty's still are not part of normal life, but companies have built experimental boards that actually hover under specific conditions, and the word hoverboard became attached to self-balancing scooters that took over sidewalks for a while. It's not the clean victory fans wanted, but the prediction half came true, then rolled directly into a shopping mall kiosk. Now it's time to hear from you. Which Back to the Future prediction do you think came closest to real life? And which one are you disappointed we still don't have? Let us know in the comments section below.